and let the one who has no sword sell his cloak and buy one.
Hey guys, we're going to do some training with snap caps today, so stay tuned. Make sure to check out our holster store at holstersbydefensetraining.com. We make all our holsters right here in the United States of America in-house. If you're looking for a good holster that won't break the bank, make sure to check us out at holstersbydefensetraining.com. Alright, back to the video. So if you don't know what snap caps are, they're these little red bullets that have the little rubber pieces on the back. So when your firing pin, basically what your firing pin will do is hit them and it will be a softer punch, but it would actually give something to hit so it's not extending too far. It's made to save your firing pin. I like to use them in training for failure drills. Your gun fails to fire in a self-defense situation, so I use that in a failure drill. So this is what they are. These are 9mm. You can get most of the 9, 40, 45 at the stores. You know, your local gun shops, especially your big box gun shops. However, you may have to order your 380 and other ones off Amazon or somewhere, or off Midway USA, or wherever you like to shop. You can get them almost anywhere. And then I know a lot of people, you don't like Amazon. I don't like Amazon, but a lot of them has small business beside it, and that's okay to buy because typically those small businesses will be in the United States, and you can find out as well. But these are snap caps. I've got 5 of them loaded. Make sure when you're doing this that you have your self-defense ammo, your gun's unloaded. So this is my personal carry gun. Here's my self-defense ammo, and in all honesty, what I like doing is I sit my magazine down with my other round, my 12+1, right? So I set my other round so I can see a magazine full of 12+1 sitting in front of me. So I know that's my self-defense ammo, but I'm putting snap caps in my gun, so I know that my gun is clear. So there's nothing in here. Here's the round of snap caps. And this training we can do at home. You can do inside. And what this is trying to get you is faster and more proficient at when you pull the trigger and nothing happens. You want to tap the magazine to make sure the magazine is seated, and you want to rack the firearm. However you rack it, I suggest get that firearm into the body, and then however you rack it. If you don't have an optic, it's going to be different, so you're going to rack it kind of like this. Me with an optic, I just grab and yank back on the optic. Especially, this is how I do my training. This is a tool. I know a lot of people's like, oh, that optic's expensive. Yeah, it is. But in that situation, I want to be able to grab this thing and yank it, get that round out, get another round chambered in, and back on that target as fast as I can. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw. We're going to come up. Now, I do carry a double strike firearm. I'm a huge fan of double strike firearms. After more and more training I've done with double strike firearms with other guys on the range, I've been able to tap that primer twice when it failed, and once I tapped it the second time, it fired almost 100% of the time, about 98% of the time. So I'm a huge fan of double strike capable firearms. However, I still train for failure. So if I tap it twice and it fails to go off the second time, I come in and I tap and I rack, and then I get back into the game. So it's going to look something like this. So nothing happens. I'm going to do it twice. Nothing happens again. I'm going to tap. I'm going to rack. And by this time, the attacker is so close to you, I'm not even going to worry about this hand. I'm going to pull the trigger because he's going to be right there on you more than likely. Now, if you've got a little more distance, you can come up. One of the things you want to make sure you don't do is put the hand in front. So once I'm here, I'm going to come back up. I'm going to come over, then I'm going to get back on target. So we'll show you how that looks here. So I've holstered. Make sure you rack it back if you need to. Make sure you reset that trigger. So we're going to come up, draw, come in, click nothing. Click nothing for me. If yours is only one strike, you click it once. Tap it, rack it, fire. And this is how fast we can get to get back on that target, because I want to be able to defend myself. This is another reason I have eyeglasses, so I have bad eyesight anyway. So the Holosun, the optics, help me see. But another thing they do is help me to get a hold of that and rack this thing back. So if you haven't trained with that, you need to train with that. So we're going to do it again, and you can get faster and faster. When you do it, don't get sloppy. Practice slow, over and over, and you'll start getting faster and faster as you practice. You don't want to just try to go fast. You want to practice slow and methodical. Up, here, click nothing, tap, rack, nice and slow. You keep practicing slow. It's kind of like when we used to for those of you that learn cursive in school, so you would learn how to write cursive and you were just, going along, and then finally now we can just, and it's nice and fast. It's the same thing. We practice all this stuff fast. Most of you martial arts guys, you practice properly. We do the same thing, and then you start speeding up and you start getting faster. So the proper way to practice is practice perfect, and then we do that slow and methodical, and then eventually you'll be able to really get fast. And I'm not the fastest person in the world, but I'm quick enough, I believe. So when you're practicing, just make sure you do it slow and methodical. Then you come up here, click, click, and get back into the game. And as you're coming here, make sure I've got my finger back off the trigger. Make sure as you're pulling, I let it come back to where it needs to be to pull that trigger. So we want to make sure it's in the right spot to pull that trigger. And one of the things you don't want to do, I'm going to have to grab a couple of them, is on the last one, this is going to lock back. So I don't want that to happen. That's why you want to load more than one, because I don't want it to lock back. I want it to fall back down so I can get back into practicing just like real life, because it's going to drop back down when you have ammunition anyway. Alright, now I've got a few more loaded in. I've got 3 extras, so I can do it 3 more times. Yes. Alright, I'm going to do it again. So I've got the shirt down. Somebody's attacking. I'm going to come up here, click, click, nothing. Make sure you get back on that, hit that, and go. Now I know if you don't have this, you're going to have to grab and pull. If you don't have something to just hit your hand on. And a lot of times you may want to wear some gloves or whatever because it can start hurting. So in your house, wherever you're at, your living room, your kitchen, make sure you're doing it safely. In all honesty, if I am in my bedroom, I don't want to face toward my house. I want to face back away from my house, the back exterior wall or the side exterior wall in my bedroom, because I want to get in the habit of knowing where I'm at in my house and not aiming my gun that way if at all possible. Even if an attacker comes in, I want to make sure that if I'm coming out into the hall, my boys' room's over here, I want to try to get that attacker away from my boys' room, because I don't want to miss that attacker and it go into my boys' room. So that's things to consider as well. Again, we're going to draw up here, click, nothing. I'm going to click again. Again, if yours is a single strike only, you're only one click, tap. See, this is why we practice in rack. Make sure you hit it. If you miss it, do not stop. So if I'm here and I come in and I tap it and I miss, don't stop. Do not stop your practice. Come back and get in it. Because in real life, if you miss, if you practice missing, I miss a lot. With my practicing, whether shooting the target or whether getting where I want it or doing whatever I'm doing when you're practicing. Again, it goes back to the whole martial arts thing, or boxing. If I come in for that jab and I miss that jab, I'm not going to stop in training. I'm going to miss that jab and I'm going to come at the jab or something else. The same thing here. I've come up, I'm here, I'm out, click, nothing. Now if you're single action, this is single strike, this is where we're going to be, right? Click, nothing, right? So I'm going to tap, and let's say I miss. So be it. Get back in, keep going. Practice the failure of the failure. So the failure happened, then I failed to correct it, so I need to correct it. Always practice failing to correct. If you do fail to correct, don't stop. Say, I missed it, and I'm going to go pick that one up. No. The same thing with being shot. If you're ever shot, don't stop. You keep going. So if I'm here, again, if I come out, click nothing, I'm here, and I miss, you make sure. Now, that's why we have to put extras in, because now I know I'm empty, right? So here, I still wouldn't stop. If I don't have an extra magazine, I'm going to hit this down, and I'm going to hit this dude. I'm going to do whatever I have to do to get back in that game. So always practice, and when you do fail, because you're going to fail, when you do fail, correct your failure while you're practicing, during the practice. Always correct the failure during the practice. Don't stop to correct the failure. Correct the failure, because you're going to have times that you're going to fail. Alright guys, if you're doing some of the training at home, or on the range I mean, so you've done your training with snap caps and snap caps only at home, you can also do training on the range with snap caps. So especially you're on the range, you know that you've got 2 live rounds, then a snap cap. So you would boom, boom, click. Now you know on that click that it's a true snap cap because you counted, doing it slowly, doing it methodically. So it's boom, boom, however fast you want to shoot those two, but you know on the third one, it's going to click. When it clicks, tap it, rack it. You get back in that game, another live round comes in, and again, watch where those hands are. So you're coming out, you've racked. Now I can fire right here. Make sure you've got your safety glasses on, your hearing protection, and all that good stuff. The snap caps work on the range as well. And then you can also do it with a friend. You can make it a lot funner. You can have a friend, you can hand him your magazine. You got 5 or 10 snap caps. He might load one snap cap, or one, and then 2, and then a snap cap, or whatever it is. And then you can make it fun. And then when you go click, and he says, go, 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 tap, rack, get back into that game. So you can use the snap caps on the range as well, but you can also do it at home to just get the practice in, racking that slide back. Because we all need that practice. If you do fail in a self-defense situation and you've never practiced failing, you've never practiced that tap and that rack, you're not going to do it in real life. So make sure to practice these things to keep yourself safe if you ever do have a failure in a true self-defense situation. Up here, click nothing. Now back on here, maybe I need to come out, something like that. Alright guys, I want to show you a little bit about how I practice with snap caps. This is Spencer Defense Training. Stay safe, stay armed. Hey, we want to take a second just to let you know that we offer concealed weapons classes in South Carolina. We are in Anderson, South Carolina. So if you're local to us, check us out at defensetraining.org. We also offer other training as well. You can check that out again, defensetraining.org. Also, we make holsters. We have custom holsters that we make, so you can go check those holsters out. They are ambidextrous and both inside and outside the waistband holsters. They are made of Kydex. They have a lifetime guarantee and a 60-day money-back guarantee. So check those out at defensetraining.org/holsters. All right, back to the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment on this video below. Thanks.